Alright, so I want to do a really quick Deep Rock Galactic review. First up, I want to talk about the maps. I'm going to keep it simple. Some of the maps are fun to get around. Some of the maps are annoying to get around with vines blocking everything and a bunch of twisting, winding paths. You get really confused. I do wish there was more lighting or a way to keep track of your paths as you go through the cave. And also a way to upgrade flares because the flashlight kind of sucks and it's annoying waiting for flares to charge after you use them all. Next up, the missions. I think all the missions are good, but some of the mission conditions are really annoying, like increased enemy damage, increased leeches, lack of oxygen, ebonite stone bugs. The mission variety is nice and really fun though. I like setting up grind rails to refine morkite. I forgot the name of that mission. Or protecting the drill dozer as it plows right through a cave. Most of the other stuff is either collecting items or setting up equipment that you need to protect or find the parts for. So yeah, overall some annoying stuff, but a lot of good fun stuff too. Next up, the guns. So far I only played gunner and driller, and I like almost all their weapons. There are some really trash perks, especially for the minigun, but overall there's enough to make at least 2 different effective builds for the gunner, and the driller guns are the best so far, no complaints. He's got powerful elemental weapons with a bunch of different and useful build variety. Next up, the enemies. Overall the enemies are really fun to fight. They have obvious weak spots. There are some annoying assholes like the scarabs, the leeches, and the recently added pit jaw that randomly grabs you out the ground and kills you, but overall there's a nice variety of enemies and they're fun to fight. Next up, the balance. The balance for the most part is pretty good, but it's confusing sometimes. A Hazard 3 mission is really easy, sometimes it's really hard. There's also times where there's not enough nitro generated evenly throughout the cave. It also doesn't feel balanced depending on how many teammates are on the team. Hazard 3 and 4 feels okay with a full team, but playing solo or duos makes it much harder. But overall, Hazard 3 I think is fine for the most part, but just the difficulty spike from 3 to 4 is crazy if you're not on a full team. And you don't really need to go above Hazard 3 for progression. The rewards are still pretty decent, especially depending on the mission and the conditions. You can get a lot of extra rewards for your Hazard 3. Next up, I want to talk about the maps and the UI, which are my biggest issues with the game. I wish there was a UI option in the settings to automatically highlight teammates when they're nearby or you're shooting in their direction. It'd make not instant freezing or blowing up my teammates in pitch black fights a lot easier, especially since the hitbox on the goo gun is kind of weird sometimes. I accidentally pre-goo all over my teammate. The scanner is fine, but it only keeps teammates highlighted for a few seconds, and constantly pulling it out in the middle of a fight is really unintuitive for combat. Next up, the map. My big issue with the map is that when you mark ore and dirt paths that lead to other parts of the cave, it's not added to the map, and that just makes it hard to track where you and your teammates already mined and cleaned out, what paths you have and haven't been. Some of the caves are really confusing, and this would be a great quality of life feature to help remember where you've been or haven't been, or where to come back for ore that you didn't have enough space for, or go collect some of your teammates ore that they didn't have room for. Overall, the maps and UI could use some big improvements, and like I said, it's my biggest issue with the game. I wouldn't complain too much about the lighting if I could mark on the map everything my team and I need when I first see it, so I don't have to waste multiple flares just to find some ore on the ceiling that I forgot where it was before, or to see it in an area that I've already been in 1,000 times before. Next up, the progression. Okay, with the progression, I think a lot of it related to weapons and cosmetics are good for the most part, but I'm always short of NR pearls, and I barely get any assignments with that stuff in the caves. Meanwhile, I have like 1,000 of everything else, so it does slow down my weapon upgrades and trying out different builds, because you need a lot of the NR pearls for the end game weapon upgrades. Not really end game, that's overclocks, we'll get into that though, but like the last tier of upgrades. There is a mineral trading station with random deals. You can sometimes get a deal on NR pearls, but it's still expensive to buy them raw. You're better off mining. For the overclocks, I do have an issue with the overclocks. It's too random and inconsistent. I'm fine with the weekly limit on overclocks and matrix cores, but I'm always getting some random shit for weapons and classes that I can't even use it on yet. I wish the player had more choice in what kind of overclock we want to forge, or at least choose for which class we want to use our matrix core on. For the season pass is decent. The rewards are small, but they keep you grinding for a while, and combined with all the other little forms of progression like weapons, cosmetics, overclocks, perks, and even beer, the season pass does an okay job for adding to the long-term progression. For the performance is good. The recent season update did drop my FPS to like 40 to 50 when I'm in the lobby, when before it was a flat 60, but during combat it's still pretty good, about the same 40 to 60 FPS depending on the horde size. It doesn't feel stuttery or laggy either. For the score, I'm giving Deep Rock Galactic 7.5 out of 10. The maps are fine. I really like the missions for the most part. The guns I've played with are really fun and powerful with good balance. There's a nice variety of enemies and they're fun to fight, except for a few annoying assholes. Difficulty balance for a 4-player co-op game I think is great. I do wish the game balanced mission difficulty based on hazard level and the amount of players on the team. But again, for a 4-player co-op game, it's good, and there's almost always somebody online playing the same missions that you need to complete, the assignments or whatever. The maps and the UI are my biggest issue and can be a lot more helpful for cave navigation, resource collection, combat, and just team coordination, which makes a lot of the gameplay just confusing or annoying for no good reason. The progression is great except for the random overclocks. The season pass is okay, the performance is good, and I do recommend you try it if you're really interested. I got about 80 hours in the game. I'm not mad about it. I'm just not interested in it much longer term, and I really needed something to hold me over until the new Space Marine 2 Tech Marine update and Toxic Commando coming out next month. So yeah, overall good game if you want to go buy. I'm giving it the golden seal. Go have some fun.